I feel confident in saying that Mono Blue Mill is the new king. It absolutely decimates landfall because they're digging into their deck so much anyway that they're actually helping you mill a couple turns sooner. And as you'll see in the games, it also beats out Mono Red because it mills them before they can even kill you, which is just crazy. Let's check it out. The power of mill. Here we go. So we've obviously got 4 copies of Teferi's Tutelage. And this is going to make it so every time we draw a card, they have to mill 2. It also loots when it comes into play, so we'll draw a card and discard a card, and it triggers itself, so there's a little extra mill built in. The other mill engine is Ruin Crab, so every time we landfall, they're going to mill 3 cards. We can use this in conjunction with Fabled Passage to get 2 triggers in 1 turn. But other than that, we don't have any real landfall tricks in this. It's very straight and to the point with the Ruin Crab. Teferi's Tutelage, on the other hand, has a lot of things going for it. So anytime we draw, they're going to mill, and there are a lot of cards in this that draw. We've got 4 opts, so scry 1, draw a card for 1 mana. Pretty straightforward, but if Teferi's Tutelage is in play, or sometimes multiple copies, we're going to mill a lot. Same thing with Merfolk Windrobber, excuse me. When this guy attacks, they'll mill 1 card. He's got flying, so he can't be blocked very easily. And then when they have at least 8 cards in their grave, we can sack them to draw a card. And if we have Tutelage out, we can make them mill even more by drawing that extra card. And it gets really crazy. We've also got 4 copies of Merfolk Secret Keeper. So we can play the adventure side of this to make them mill 4 cards for 1 mana. But then we can also play it as a 1 mana blocker. You know, get some early aggro held back and really get us to the turns that we need to steal the game. We've also got 4 copies of Baron. Now Baron's good because he's going to remove threats from their side of the board. He's going to come down as an extra blocker. And he's also got some techie uses where we can use Baron to return a Merfolk Secret Keeper to our hand, draw an extra card because of it, and then reuse the Merfolk Secret Keeper's Venture Deeper adventure. Things like that. We can also return Gadwick to our hand after using it. And Gadwick is really good because if we get this guy in the mid to late game, we pay a bunch of mana, we draw a bunch of cards, we're probably triggering 1 or 2 tutelages, and they're just milling a ton. But then if we can bounce him with Baron, we bring him back to our hand, we do it all over again, usually for even more, and it gets nuts. Yeah, it's just really good. We've also got 2 Inscriptions of Insight, because early game we can bounce a couple of their creatures, or maybe even bounce one of ours and one of theirs, hold off the aggro. But if we can get to the late game and kick it, we can get a ton of value. We can draw extra cards, trigger tutelage some more, you know, remove some of their threats, make a big blocker. It just does a lot. At the peak of the deck here, we have Into the Story and Seagate Restoration. Now, Into the Story goes without saying. It's only going to cost 4 mana most of the time. They're going to have 8 or more cards in their deck by the time we, or 8 or more cards in their graveyard, excuse me, by the time that we get to turn 4 typically. So this thing comes online, and not only does it draw us a bunch, it mills them a bunch. It's also something we can cast at instant speed. So a lot of times we can have Gadwick in play, and we can use it during their turn to tap something down that's big and threatening. The Seagate Restoration in this deck actually gets used for the spell side way more than you'd think. So if we make it to the late game, we can Seagate Restoration, draw a ton of cards, not have to discard any of them, and trigger the tutelage a bunch of times because we drew so much. It gets crazy. A lot of times we can Seagate Restoration, draw Gadwick off of it, and then next turn Gadwick, and that's just it. Rounding out the deck here, we have 4 copies of Fae of Wishes. Now this is something a little techie that I don't see most people doing, but our wish board is really interesting. It allows the rest of the deck to be very straight and to the point. And then the wish board itself is built to handle very specific threats or to help us in very specific circumstances where we're either ahead or behind. So the sideboard consists of 1 Bubble Snare, because a lot of times we can grab it if we've only got the 1 spare mana and put it on something that they've already attacked with. And it takes it out of the equation. We don't have to deal with it next turn. We've got Stern Dismissal for similar reasons, but Stern Dismissal is also an instant, so we can use it on their turn if we have a Gadwick down, tap another creature down, and get a lot of value off of it. But either way, we can use this to bounce something, either a creature or an enchantment, and just, it's all about holding them off for just enough turns for us to run them out of cards. Also, you'll notice in the mana base we have 4 Riverglide pathways. Now, the reason for this is the deck is mono blue, but in the sideboard we actually have a few red cards, so that if we happen to get a Riverglide pathway in the mid to late game and we feel comfortable playing it as the red side, we can then get access to a few red cards. Now, these red cards are Blazing Volley, because a lot of times for 1 red mana, if you're going up against mono red or something like that, you can take out the knights, you can take out pretty much everything. Rimrock Knight, that the 1/1 haster dude that they're constantly jamming down your throat turn 1, like you kill a lot. The Kargan Intimidator, the new guy, there's a lot of 1 toughness stuff that you can just take out, but more importantly, it kills all Scoots and Lotus Cobras. So if you come up against Scoots and Lotus Cobras and you can get to a point where you can just play this as red and you can wish, you can take them all out, no matter how wide they are, and it's great. The other red cards are 1 Underworld Breach, because if we get to the late game, we have a ton of stuff in our graveyard. A lot of stuff costs so little, we can Underworld Breach, and we can actually play a ton of stuff and like really finish milling them out. And then we also have Channeled Force, because if our hand size is big enough, not only is Channeled Force a great removal spell at instant speed, but we can actually get rid of a bunch of cards in our hand, draw a bunch of new stuff, and all of those draws can trigger the Teferi's Tutelage. So it's a really, really great target to search for if you're in the right circumstance where you really need it to work for you. Let's go over the blue cards. We've also got Anti-Cognition as our counter we can find. Fits perfectly into a mill deck, because if they have 8 or more cards in their graveyard, it's a hard counter and you scry 2, and that's amazing. We have Confounding Conundrum to bring in for landfall decks where we really need to hold them off and keep them from going too wide with how many lands they have in play. We've also got Folio of Fancies, because we can just really go to town milling them if we've got this guy, and we can also make it so we have no maximum hand size. We've got 1 copy of Maddening Cacophony, because we can grab it if we just need to finish the job, if we just need to get rid of those last 8 cards, but also if we have enough to kick it, we can really make them get rid of half their library and get way ahead early enough in the game, and it's really great as a wish target, I feel. We've got 1 Sweet Oblivion, because we can make them mill cards, but also if we're up against rogues, we can use the escape on the Sweet Oblivion to get rid of the cards in our graveyard, so that it takes away their bonuses they get from having 8 or more. And that can be really, really good. Like, you can use that multiple times and just completely get rid of your own graveyard, and it diminishes the power of their rogue decks, like, exponentially. It's crazy. We've also got Sorcerous Spyglass. If we're going up against Ugin, we want to grab this quick, get it down before they can even play it, so that we can keep our board. If we can keep our crabs and our tutelages on the field, a lot of times we're going to win. We've got 1 Mirror Maid, because we can grab it and have a second tutelage, and that's great. And we can keep all 4 copies of our tutelage in our main deck so that we can draw into it, while still having access to a 5th copy in the sideboard to wish for, and that's really incredible. We've got a 3rd Inscription of Insight if we just need to do a lot and we have a ton of mana. We can grab this, we can get it done. We've obviously got 1 Ugin, because what wish board is complete without 1 Ugin? There's a lot of circumstances where you can get in the late game, have a ton of mana, and all you need to do is find Ugin, and they can't come back from it. So we do that. And then the last card in the wish board is Stolen by the Fae. And this is just a good removal spell that can get something off the field for a turn, make us a bunch of blockers to give us a few more turns to get there. And in the right circumstances, we can also use it to return our own creatures, like Baron or Gadwick or Seeker Keeper, something like that, while also making blockers, and then get additional uses out of those cards. So absolutely tons of options in the sideboard here. The main deck's really straightforward. Mill them out as quick as possible, And you'll see it happen a lot. So let's jump into the games. Looks fast. We can mill 6 on turn 2 and have 2 blockers. That feels pretty insane. God, and 2 tutelages too. Oh, this is gonna be gross. This is gonna be so gross. Ick. No attack. I've already milled 15 cards. Oh god. This is just so disgusting. Yeah, he's got 21 cards left. I mean, I guess that was a slow game, but like, this version can go as fast as yours. The only difference in speed is, you know, we have 1 cacophony in the sideboard instead of 4 in the main deck. But having the ability to tutor for 1, so it's like having 4 copies still, but also tutor for whatever you need in the moment. Your oh shit panic moments. I like that. It's not for everyone, but for me I like it. Into the story. We'll mill 16, and he'll be dead. Good game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gross. This is a good hand. We'll keep this. I like it. Start with an island and a crab. Ooh, this is going to be a really quick mill if he doesn't deal with it. Oh my god. Welcome to the land of the ruin crabs. He's gonna mill 18 next turn, and then we'll tutelage, and he'll mill 2 more. Well, no, we won't have a 4th land, so. We will take 3. So we're gonna have to go like this. Pay 3. Because we want that tutelage out there. We can be even faster than him if we get that tutelage out there. Goodbye, Baron. This is just way too strong. We block nothing. We're not going to let him stomp us. We're going to mill 18, 22 next turn. No blocks. We'll block the turn after. Crack passage. Fetch a blue. This is disgusting. This is how you beat mono red. You mill them quicker than they can kill you. So we'll play the tutelage here. We'll draw. I guess we discard one of these. He's at 10 cards. He'll be at 5. We don't even need to mill here. We'll just play it as a blocker. No attacks. We'll just block the biggest dude. And then I don't think he's going to be able to deal with all of them. So he'll kill one Ruined Crab. I mean, we mill 10 if we just keep one Ruined Crab. Because we draw. We mill. Yeah, that's it. And that is how you beat mono red. Sure. First turn, Wind Robber. Second turn, Wind Robber and mill. Right, we'll do another one. And we will venture deeper. Venture deeper. Charming Prince. Nice. We got the island. So we'll swing. Put him at 7. We'll play out Secret Keeper. And then we'll hold up Jawari Disruption. Archon. No. I say no. My turn. Yes, my turn. Island. Play into the story. Swing. Next to damage. Kill some more, and the turn. Alright, a third of his library is gone. Plays Confounding Conundrum. Seems fine to me. My turn. Play an island. Swing 2. Play a tutelage. Discard island. We will pass turn. Next turn we're going to bounce Secret Keeper to our hand with Baron. And that's going to be fun. Skyclave Apparition. Bottom that. Draw a card. Trigger tutelage. Solve. Let's see what he grabs. Probably tutelage. My turn. My turn. One, two, three, 4, 5. And we'll just do this. And then we'll play Baron. We'll bounce our own Secret Keeper. Then we will make him mill 4 more. And then we will play the Secret Keeper. And turn. Draw a card off of Baron. Seems pretty good to me. Next turn we can kick this. Return Baron and Secret Keeper to our hand. Scry 2, draw 2, make a big thing. That seems really good. What's gonna do? Skyclave Apparition. Draw a card. Maybe we just Seagate Restoration first. Seems pretty good to me. Play the island next to combat. Swing with the Wind Robber. Raise and Borrower. That's fine. We'll play Seagate Restoration. And now we have the biggest hand in the history of hands. What are we going to do next turn? We're going to have 8 mana. Tutelage for 3, that'll leave us with 5. Wind Robber, Wind Robber, Wind Robber. Opt. Secret Keeper? I guess. Block. That's fine. I'll take the rest. I want to keep my options open. So we'll play Ruin Crab. Tutelage. Discard Baron. Fable Passage. Cracked Passage. Get an island. Play Wind Robber. Wind Robber. We'll venture deeper. And then we'll play the Secret Keeper. He will scoop. Woo! Now what would you do in this situation? Would you actually hold these ops and wait until you get tutelage down? Or would you just use them when you could? I'm gonna hold them, I think. Play the ruins here. Mill 3. Dude, this is gross. This is so gross. No attacks. Oh, mill is so gross. It's like a secret weapon. I feel dirty playing this. This is so ridiculous. Two for one, my ruin tab. That's fine. Grab the blue and then we'll into the story. And then we'll feel really good about life. Ugh. Alright, he's at half a deck. Turn 4. Nice. Do I has land? I do has land. So we'll play Ruin Crab. Then we'll play land. Then we'll play tutelage. Discard, I guess, the land. And then we'll play Wind Robber. He has 19 cards left, and we have a Gadwick. We have a Gadwick with 2 tutelages down. We'll chump, we'll draw a card. Hey, it's another Seagate Restoration. Seems pretty good. He's down to 11. We're actually going to play it out as the land. And he scoops. Holy sh... Wow. Yeah. Yep. We'll start with the Restoration tapped. Hope we draw into a 2-drop. He had to mulligan. He's playing blue-white control, most likely. Maybe we don't need to play the Seagate Restoration. It's expensive, though. There's no reason to hold it back and potentially have to pay the 3 life later. If we draw a second one, we maybe use the second one to draw, but... Oh man, he's playing super defensively. I think he's screwed. We've both got walls. I think the tutelage is more important here. We'll dump the island. No attacks. Next turn we go Ruin Crab, Island, Tutelage. And then the turn after that we end the story. And it just gets really gross. Essence Scatter, that's fine. Do another tutelage. Discard the island. If we still had the crab, I probably would have discarded the Windropper instead. Alright, he gets rid of one of the tutelages. I don't know if that'll be enough. Mill him 8. Play an island, play a Windrobber. Oof. 25 cards left. What's he gonna get back? That's what I want to see. Dream Trawler. He could go for Apparition just to get rid of the tutelage. Either that or Dream Trawler. Probably Apparition, because I think he's just worried at this point. I don't know why he's trying to draw cards, though. Alright. So... we need to draw as many cards as we can right now. So we can use tutelage while it's here. That is the plan. End turn. Discard island. Assume he gets back Apparition, takes out my tutelage. He kind of needs to, he's at 11. But we don't even really need it anymore. I can Baron, return the Secret Keeper, mill for 4, mill 1 with the Wind Robber. Although, oh, no, he's grabbing the Dream Trawler. Wow, that's so ballsy. Well, I guess he doesn't know we have more Into the Stories in our hand, right? That's fine. We'll take it. My turn. So he's down to 9. We'll go Mystic Sanctuary, put Into the Story on top. And he scoops. Sure. I don't know what he's thinking. Anyway, we'll lead with Juari Ruins as the land. Then on turn 2 we'll play Crab first, and then we'll play Seagate Reborn as a tapped land. Then on turn 3 we'll have our island, so that we can play Baron. Put a threat back in his hand. Should be pretty okay. We want a tutelage as quick as possible. Hi! Blazing Arsonist. Don't need to play the Seagate Restoration tapped. We probably still should. No blocks. 1 damage is fine. We only block 2. 2. Rimrock Knight A. I think our best bet right now is actually just to play Veil Wishes. It blocks Rimrock Knight really well. Plays Anax. Doesn't even attack. Well, we like that. We're going to put Anax back in his hand. And then we're going to venture deeper and mill him for 4. Nice. No attacks. What would you like to do, good sir? Teferi's tutelage would be really good right now for us. Replays his Annex. I think we just need to draw here. Take a turn off. No tax. What can he do? Does he have Ember Cleave? If we get to untap with Gadwick, we are looking so good. It is really awkward that now that we're playing mono blue, all we see is mono red. Block. I'm okay with just that. If he Ember Cleaves, it's gonna be sad panda, but we'll go to 6 at least. Alright, he wants to trade with my Fae. And then kill my Baron. Seems pretty alright to me. Oh, play land. One, two, three, 4. Will I have 2 drops I can play? I think my best bet is to play Seeker Keeper. Pass turn. When he goes to attacks, we can play into the story. Tap down his Annex. Sure. Well, we know he doesn't have Ember Cleave. Tap down Annex. Inscription. We could save the ops to tap down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna have 7 mana next turn, so we won't be able to kick an inscription. Pass. My turn. Just tap down everything. 7. We can just tap down everything. Pass turn. We'll into the story first, because we could draw into other things to use. Fire Prophecy. Sure. Yeah. So he kills Gadwick. That seems kind of fine. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, he's thinking about Fire Prophecy, I guess. He swings and he gets through for 1. Plays Robber. So we go Crab, right? Tutelage, because we're hoping we get a passage, Fabled Passage. We'll discard Inscription because there's no way we're going to be able to play 2 of those. We'll play an island. What's he at? 13. Tutelage. Discard Windrobber. What's he at? 9. So we'll just play out Secret Keeper and hope that we survive. And if we do, we win. He'll mill 4 when we draw, and then 4 with the Venture Deeper. Yep, I think we got him. Plays Anax. It won't matter. Tutelage has him covered. Oh yeah. That's how you do it, Smalls. Rogues, who needs them? Mono Blue Mill is here to stay. Now give us a like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and see you next time for some more videos.